Clark's Corner. On today's video, it's the top 10 techniques into looking for a job and getting the job that you need or that you want. I am currently in the job searching mode of my life, and I have compiled my own list of 10 things that I find helpful for any type of job search and that will be beneficial for you guys. So I am going to show you, or tell you rather than show, what I think would be helpful for you guys. You can grab a pen, take these down, and you can go and share this video and it might help you in the future. So the first thing out of my 10 items is that you guys need to be prepared. You need to be prepared, you know, looking for the job, doing your resume. You need to be prepared with, you know, for your interviews and some job offers and some letdowns, because not all job interviews lead to a job that you would like. So my first thing really I have on the list is that having the right resume for that job could be a big key factor for you getting that job. You know, if it's for a multi-billion-dollar business or like, you know, one of those high-class businesses, you would need an upper-class resume and have more, like, it more suited for that job. If it's for like fast food and whatnot, I would use a chronological resume, and that's your most basic resume. I have my notes, by the way. What to include on your resume is my number 3 on the list, is that you need to have your reasoning, you wanting that job, your qualifications, education. Education could be a big thing, and your qualifications could be a big thing, you know, from you getting that job. You need to have your employment history, but not too much, because too much on a resume, it kind of looks like, you know, you've been jumping job to job to job, and employers do not want to look at that. They want to look at somebody who has been at that business for such a long time. You also need some volunteer history and whatnot. But here's the thing, never include references on your resume. The employer that you're applying for should ask you for your references, and because therefore you're giving out strangers' numbers to God only knows how many people. So I would always ask the employer first before you put the references on, if they need references, or they will come and ask you. And never ever include anybody for a reference if they do not want to be one. You should always ask, could I use you for a reference? If they say yes, well then keep the list off your resume. But if they say no, do not use it, because that could lead to you and the person who you want to use for references that don't want to be a reference into some kind of feud, because it happened to me before in my life. So the next thing, number 4, is who should you give your resume to? I always look for just the people who are hiring. If they're not hiring at the moment, they will just take your resume and put it in the back, and then each resume that be piled on, like, they're like the ones that really be seen first, because the older the resume is, you know, they might not need it anymore and they will probably throw it out, because I think the law states that if the resume is 6 months at a business, they can flick it out, but don't hold me on that. So just look for businesses that are hiring right now, you know, in that time slot, and then just give the resume to that person, and always give it to the manager or ask for the manager. So what you need to do also too when you're bringing out your resumes is you want to dress for that job. You want to look semi-casual with a little bit of makeup. You don't want to have too much makeup on. You don't want to look like you just came in off the street or just got out of bed. You need to look good, so dress for that job. Okay, so another thing is you need to keep a list of where you applied, so you can, you know, keep like it all organized. And I always ask for the hiring manager and the telephone number of the business, because you can give at least 3 days for the manager to have a look at your resume and see if they want to call you in. Because actually, I find calling in helps the manager in some way, because you're interested in that job. Like, if you're not going to be really interested, you won't be calling in. So I would wait 3 days at least for the manager to get in and look at your resume. What also you need to do is, I would go and I would do my research of where I'm applying to, so you'll actually know what entails in that job and what the job expectations are. So sorry, I had to get a little drink there. If you get that interview, do not dress like you came out of like the streets. No jeans, no slouchy t-shirts. I would wear something, you know, dress pants and a nice blouse for women. Same with men. Do not have your hair up in like some kind of funky, like, you know, mohawk or whatever. They do not want to see that. You dress professional. You keep your cologne and your perfume at a minimum. And ladies, not too much makeup, because you're not really going to wear makeup to work all the time. You're probably only going to be wearing like a minimum of a little bit of makeup. So like the makeup I have on here now, that would be good enough for an interview, or if you're working, because you don't want to really look like a clown when you're going to an interview, unless you're going to interview to be a clown, because that could happen. Or you're going to interview to be like some kind of amusement park person. You never know. So do not dress like a clown unless you're going to interview for a clown. So number 9 is you show up on time. Once you get that interview, you're almost there. Well, you're partially there. So what I would do is I would show up to an interview about half hour to 45 minutes before, because then that shows that your future employer that you can be on time, you're consistent, and that you're determined for that job. But do not show up like 3 or 4 hours before, because quite frankly, you'll get bored, because they're not going to be ready for you then. And number 10, I'm going to say relax. Relax, because if you get some turn downs, don't worry. Your future and your dream job is coming for you. You know, not all jobs are cut out to be what you think they are, and not all expectations are going to be cut out to what you think they are. So I would just relax. If you get turned down, do not get mad. Do not call them and be like, how come you didn't hire me? Like, I have like everything, and like that person this and this person that. Like, they're not going to want to hear that, because if they do, you know, in the future consider you to be a good candidate for that job, they're not going to want you, because they're not. So I would just relax and just zen out and just chill out, and I would just take that turn down as a life lesson. So, and then use your internet for help with your job search. There is so many websites that I'll have listed below here in Canada that you can look for a job. There's Kijiji, the Job Bank, there's like their local buy and sell. We have buy and sell and NL Classifieds that has job offers on it, and there's like Indeed, there is Workoplis, there's like a bunch. So I will have the top 10 job search engines below, and also it can help you with your resume. Sometimes employers, they look online, and you can post your resume online, and employers go and they look online for your resume, and they search you up, and then you're like, oh, this person here looks like they're qualified. Let's call them up for an interview. You never know, so they're online looking as well. So that is another key. And I hope I was able to help you guys in your job search, and I want to wish you all the best of luck in the future. For more videos like this, for like help videos, Leave it in the comment section below if you would like me to do more help videos like this, and I will see if my best to do them. I actually went online and I actually looked up some of the job search tips. I never really looked them all up, but half of them are mine, but some of them are what would normally be. And I'm going to include photos of what a chronological resume is and an upper class resume is, and what a cover letter. You need to get a cover letter done too, because that'll be better for your upper class resume and your lower class resume, so your chronological resume. So yeah, that's another thing that I would do. I would also do a cover letter, because it you can do it. It's like an introduction, you know? They're they got your resume, you know, and they're let's see what this person's about. Oh, they did this, and oh, they worked at that. Oh, they can do this and that. Then they open it up, and then there's your resume, and they're seems like she has the qualifications, or he has the qualifications. Seems like he has the education and anything that he needs to work with this job. So they'll go and they'll put it in a, yeah, I want to do an interview list, or no, I do not want to do an interview list. 'Cause some resumes get to shedder, or go to the shedder, and that is the death of a resume, really, because therefore they don't really look at you. You might have you know, and they might see your quality of your resume. I never hand write a resume, because I don't think it's one of them good qualities. It's you need to go out and print it out and do it up, put it on a printer, and just print it all out, and way to go. I would never hand write a resume. I would hand write it just to you know, for your own way or whatnot. I would never hand write it to go and put for a business, because I don't think that's professional in my books. So I hope this little video helps you guys, and for more like it, just leave the suggestion below. And if you have any of your own tips for resume writing, you can tweet it to me, you can email it to me, you can do anything. You can put it in the comment section below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye and good luck.